So today, guys, we are going to be diving into a build I think a ton of you guys are really going to enjoy. Now, I posted a video not too long ago with the hotshot build, and to me, that's going to be one of the best builds for any person to get through heroic content easy, especially at new levels. Now, if you're looking for a run and gun build, there are other options for you, like the one you're going to see here that's going to help you get through content pretty quick. Now, I do have a little bit of expertise in this weapon, but overall, it's only 13, which I believe on my newer account, I got to level 10 expertise pretty quick, so you guys should be able to get that there. You are going to miss a little bit of the crit chance, crit damage, headshot damage, weapon damage from the watch, but hopefully you guys can get that quick enough that you can start doing what I'm doing here, which is absolutely amazing. Like, if you just want to be able to shred through enemies, we are on heroic content. The hardest difficulty you can put in the open world, right? Unless you're doing like a legendary mission, which is harder. But if you just see here, just look at this. Just shredding through these guys. It wasn't even, and I don't even have a crazy memento stack yet. So imagine if I had a level 30 stack, and I wanted to make sure I did this on just a regular level, so that way you guys can really see how it goes. So we're gonna actually push to the other side. You can see my armor regen slowly coming back, and we have a few guys here. Let's just try to get through these guys quick. Oh, I'll pop this real quick. Yeah. Woo. Oh, yo, honestly, I thought I was gonna die there, but it's all good. We made it through, and now we can just shred through these enemies. They're not even gonna have a chance to get out, guys. Just take a look at that. Oh man, am I messing these up? Yeah, I think I did. And the armor on kill is crazy. Why'd they run from me? Yo, you see that? Very quick. Less than 3 minutes. We were able to knock this out pretty fast. So this is honestly one of my favorite builds to put together. What we're going to do here real quick is we're going to head over to another control point, because that was too quick for you guys to really feel if it was good enough for that. So let's go to demolition site real quick. Now, entering this control point, we actually have a nice little stack of memento. We're not full capped yet, because remember, with the backpack, you can get up to 30% extra weapon damage, 3% armor regen, and then also you can get 30% skill efficiency, which is going to help out my defender drone, right? So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to pop this flare, and let's push right in. I'm going to throw this over there. Different way they go there, and let's... Oh man, I'm stunned. I deserve to miss those. Nice. Now we're at full stack, so we got the full 30. Just take a look at this. Oh, there's a guy up top. Easy work, right? Break the weak point right there. There you go, and we'll just take all this, right? So all we gotta do is defend. Again, very, very quick. I know a lot of you guys wanted to know. I know a lot of you guys wanted to know a build that was actually good for running and gunning. So if you don't like that hotshot build, which is probably the easiest way to get to this is another one that can help you really farm these shade levels quick, right? And we happen to have a boss out here too, a whole different... Oh my gosh, I'm stunned. Any more? There you go. Now we can just farm these guys real quick. And look what I'm telling you guys. Easy work.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
And then the last one, right? That's it. GG's. You see that? 2 control points, and it took us less than 3 minutes for each one. Not bad at all. So what we're going to do here is let me pick up this loot real quick, and then we'll get into the build. So again, if you guys wanted something that was more of a run and gun build, this will be that build for you. It's typically the one I would run. It has a lot of survivability and allows you to make a lot of mistakes. So let's get into it.
Detected.
So you notice we are running a Hunter's Fury. Why is Hunter's Fury good, especially for you new returning players? Well, one, it gives you 15% shotgun damage and 15% SMG damage, so you can run the Scorpio and run the Vector. Number 3, it gives you 20% armor on kill. Now, if you pair this up with the Gunner class, that's 30% total armor on kill on this build, so it gives you that survivability that you may need. Now, Apex Predator is so good. Enemies within 15 meters receive that debuff. We're fighting close range SMG shotguns, so we're amplifying our weapon damage against them by 20%. Now, killing a debuff enemy with your weapon disorients other enemies within 5 meters. It amplifies weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds. Now, this does stack up to 5 times. Now, we have weapon damage, crit damage, and critical hit damage mod on this. For the chest piece, we're running with the Sokolov chest piece. We have SMG damage, we have weapon damage, we have critical damage, critical chance, critical damage, and then we have obliterate. Now, critical hits increase weapon damage by 1% for 5 seconds, stacks up to 25 times. Now, if you don't have a Sokolov piece, you can put a Grupo Sombra piece on here, and the numbers are a little bit different if you're hitting body shots or headshots. Test those out and then decide for yourself which one you want to go with. Now, if we go over to our second piece of Hunter's Fury, it's going to be the holster. We have armor, critical hit damage. For the knee pads, we have our third piece of Hunter's Fury, which is going to be weapon damage, critical hit damage. For their gloves, we have our fourth and final piece of Hunter's Fury, which is going to be armor and critical hit damage. And then for our backpack, this which really glues everything together, weapon damage, armor, skill tier. We have critical hit damage mod. And then take a look. Enemies you kill drop a trophy on death. Now, collecting this provides both a short and long-term buff. The short-term buff is going to give you one red core is going to be 5% weapon damage. So I'm going to get 20% extra weapon damage every time I pick that up for 10 seconds. We also are going to get 30% bonus armor and 5% skill efficiency. Our long-term buff, you saw as I kept playing, I started building that stack. You can get up to a 30% weapon damage that you can hold forever as long as you collect a trophy. And then you have 3% skill efficiency, 30% skill efficiency and 3% armor regen. If we take a quick look at the armor regen before we go take a look at the weapon, you'll see 40% armor regen because I'm at full stack right here. 401 armor on kill. But let's go back to the weapon real quick. So the weapon, I am running the Dark Winter, one of my favorite SMGs. If you don't have the name version, you can go with the Vector SBR until you get the name version and then put a different talent. We have weapon damage on here. We have 13 expertise, so something that isn't like out of reach for a lot of you. SMG damage, critical chance, damage targets out of cover. Now, this build will work at lower expertise levels. I ran it and it works great. Now, Perfect Killer, killing an enemy with critical hit grants 50% critical damage for 10 seconds. We have crit chance, 20 rounds, crit chance, and a critical hit chance. So you want crit chance rolled all throughout the weapon itself. Again, if you don't have a Dark Winter, you can go with the regular Vector SPR, and then you could put Close and Personal, or you could even run Killer, the normal talent. Really up to you. You guys just gotta decide which one hits better for your build setup. For the secondary, Scorpios, I didn't even use it, but this is a lifesaver when you really need it. Shotgun damage, damage to armor, critical damage. So this is one of the exotics you'll have to work for. The Dark Winter is one of the ones you'll have to grind for. So remember, the Dark Winter comes from Dark Zone caches, comes from any of the named caches. It can also be bought from a Dark Zone vendor. And then you do have a small chance of getting in the open world. I've seen it, but it's very rare. But I have seen it drop a lot from name caches and stuff like that. So just be on the lookout for that one. We take a look at the stats, 51% crit chance, 141 crit damage. That's not including the perfect killer talent. We have headshot damage on here. And then again, if you take a look, 1.3 million armor, 401 armor on kill, 40,000 armor regen. Let me show you that perfect killer talent real quick, just so you see. Remember, look, we get 50% extra critical damage, so you add that to the crit damage we have on the build. And that's why this build absolutely shreds. So if you guys have been looking for a build that will handle business close range, you can use that. Now, if you have the Ouroboros, hey, throw that on there. I try not to use my main weapon as something that would use the Ouroboros for the simple fact that the Ouroboros is tied behind the incursion. But again, if you have it, well, you can swap that out for the Dark Winter and have fun. All right, guys, I am going to wrap this one up here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey, nothing but skills. I'll take these, everybody.